doubts, they just dropped away.
That was your baby.
And I knew that was my first little girl's cry.
Jesus.
And nothing worked. I couldn't feel anything. Shirley, after I touched her skin, I couldn't feel anything.
Wow. Hello everybody, welcome to another reaction. So before this, right, I was rewatching Two Storms, obviously, and I almost got teary-eyed like seeing that last scene of the camera panning as the brothers left, and you could hear Kid Nelly in the background saying, "I was here the whole time and no one could see me," and it just panned to the bent neck lady, and it really broke my heart because it's like I was asking myself, Frank, what the like, this is the saddest ghost I've ever seen. Because if you go back and watch that episode and you see her face next with the bent neck next to the casket, she looks so sad. And that plus the audio of baby Nelly saying, "I was here the whole time but you guys couldn't see me," that drove like a stake through my heart, even more so than when watching it initially. And this whole thing of she's now a ghost in the house, last episode or the last two episodes we saw other ghosts in the house as well, so that just hints to me that every ghost in that house probably has a sad past like this, you know? Because then I was thinking about it, I'm like, Nell's ghost wasn't necessarily haunting her baby self. Could she even control it? Because throughout the season, anytime we see bent neck lady, we're seeing it from baby Nell's perspective and her just screaming and getting scared. But on the other side, when you flip the coin, bent neck lady Nell is not necessarily shouting or roaring at her to scare her. She's also in pain screaming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Jesus, double whammy of sadness. Let's see what happens today. We're taking down 2 episodes today. I hope we can hear some things from Dad. He doesn't seem like a stupid person. Like, he probably has his reasons, but we gotta know. The 2 people, the caretakers who don't stay in the house after dinner time, suspicious as well. And the whole thing of Theo in the room with her sister's husband, I'm not even buying that. She was probably passing out and he was trying to hold her up. Yeah. Thank you all for listening to me ramble and get these thoughts out of my head. Let's check out episode 7. This episode is titled The Eulogy. Are these the statues in the house? I was reading the comments and one of you was saying, "Oh, Frank, pay attention to all the background. There's always things moving in the house and ghost faces." No. No, I will not. No, maybe on a second or third watch, but no. Too scary, dog. No. We still haven't gone into the red room, the red door. Mike Flanagan, so good. Is this his wife right after it happened? Oh, interrogation room probably.
Sorry about that. Clothes okay? Sorry, that's all we had on hand. And yours, well, you know, if there's blood on them, we have to take them.
Right.
You understand?
Evidence.
How much longer is this gonna take?
Just need to go over a few things. Again, thank you for doing this voluntarily.
I gotta get back to my kids.
Kids are fine. I just checked on them. You know, you can leave whenever you want. To be honest, it wouldn't look so good.
Right.
And I want to make sure that when you do walk out of here, you walk without a whiff of suspicion on you. You understand? We both want that, right?
Of course.
We both want that.
In particular, I'd like to talk about what you said about the house. My guys are at the house right now, and my guys are talking to the Dudleys, I believe. Mm-hmm. She's with the medical examiner right now, and it's a mess. I gotta be honest, Hugh, it's a mess. It's a real mess. Your kids being pulled out of their bed in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. You know it's a mess, right?
He knows. I love how this policeman is trying to be as kind as possible, but also he's also throwing these questions. Everything is fine, right? It's nice, right? We're just making sure, right? No suspicions, right? I love that. He's not trying to use any like force or anything, but I think like he's throwing some lines and hooks. Again, my whole thing from episode 1 and 2. How do you explain to regular folk who don't believe in supernatural that supernatural is going on? Kind of like her to her therapist, Nelly to her therapist. Like, how do you explain it?
And we haven't even talked about the other body.
That didn't have anything to do with us.
Of course not.
Other body?
You're good at fixing things. I keep hearing this about you. Is that right?
I'm not so sure anymore.
You leave a lawyer up. Suddenly, we can't fix this. This mess begins to spread until it becomes bigger than both of us. So you'll stay and we'll talk.
Confess what happened that night. I mean, we saw what happened to Nelly.
Why? What's wrong with it? Not a lot of choices.
Who are you talking to, Dad?
Yeah, right.
He also talked to something or somebody last episode twice.
You're right. It's better.
Oh, I just realized every episode have gone through all the children. Episode 6 handled what happened at the house with Nell. And now we're on Dad's episode. I love how this show is structured. Absolutely love it. Gotta be his wife he's talking to, right? Or is this just a...
You're really a grandfather?
That's right.
How come we've never met you? How come I've never met you?
Aw.
Where have you been? You missed breakfast.
Kevin's on his way. We'll take the 4. That's fine. There just better be 4 bouquets of calla lilies. Allie, go get dressed.
I'm not finished with...
Dressed.
Oof, let's talk about it, man.
Can we please talk?
Everett screwed us. You need to pick up 4 bouquets.
Okay, I'll go in a minute, but can we just
You're already on your way.
bring any of my... Okay.
Damn.
I saw your husband at the hotel this morning. He was picking at the free breakfast. I know you're upset with him because he took Steve's money, but he was only looking out for you and business.
Service starts at 10. It's 8:30. We're not open yet. If you want to lecture someone, lecture Theo.
Oof.
Wonder where she gets that from.
It's Mom.
I needed my space, but not like Cheryl.
I was thinking, is he actually talking to her, or is that just some coping mechanism he conjured in his head to deal with all the loss from all the years? Which movie did I watch recently that someone had been having conversations with someone for years and find out they never existed? Oh, yeah, I remember. I don't want to say it so it won't be a spoiler in case you guys are looking through my catalog. Damn.
Since she was 3 years old, Shirley needed
Shirley's space.
bear with her. Today especially.
Never seen a storm make a mess like this. We really missed you guys?
Little rain, that was all.
What?
I'm wondering if it's one of those microbursts. You ever hear of those? One of the most dangerous storms, but it hits a really small area. Feels like it only hit this house.
It only hit the house.
This wall feels squishy.
What?
See?
Breakaway wall?
Mark it. No way all this came from a storm.
No, no way.
I can fix it.
Fixer.
What's that smell?
That is a smell of ruin.
Ruin?
Storm was just last night. It can't be all the way down here. It can't be down here. Please don't be down here.
What does that mean?
Means we got water pooling all the way down here, 3 floors down. Father Mucker.
Really, Dad?
Really, Dad?
No.
That is not normal.
Stevie, why don't you go on upstairs?
I want to help.
This black mold is dangerous to breathe. Go along now.
How do y'all have black mold just from a storm that happened last night? I mean, the obvious answer is it's not the storm, right? I feel like this show, more than any show I've watched recently, is just... there's no even way to even guess or predict. Yeah.
Do you hear that?
What the man? Something coming out?
Maybe rats. Could be what happened to the pipes.
That's a whole silhouette.
This could ruin us.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a little early. Shirley doesn't want people in the house just yet, so I thought maybe I'd say hi. Can I come in? I remember when Luke lived here.
Oh, he did?
I was really hoping that it would work. Thought if anybody could, keep him on track, it'd be your sister. He's looking a lot better now, doesn't he?
Guess so.
You, on the other hand.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, no, it's just you look a little,
fucked up?
The
Hangover?
I've woken up plenty of mornings looking like that myself. I'm just
Up last night, Daddy.
Uh-oh.
Even by Crane standards. If I make it through today alive, I'm gonna have to pack this all up and find a new place to live. I don't think Shirley is ever gonna talk to me again.
Holy.
I'm sorry. I should have made more of an effort with you.
Wow.
You tried as best as you could. I should have met you halfway. People f up. I guess you don't get that. You don't really get it until you f up. Really f up.
I'm sure those words mean a lot to him.
this doesn't have to do with Steve's money, does it?
Oh no.
I have to shower.
Yeah,
You can stay. Enjoy your coffee.
I didn't expect that.
gotta start somewhere.
Right?
That's a good start. You were always good at that. Assessing the damage. Where is it? Where's the damage?
Second floor hallway behind the library wall. Master bedroom.
So good.
Veins of mold that are spreading from somewhere on the third floor. It's all over.
Well, that doesn't make sense. The water
I
lines don't even...
know. Well, I can't flip this house if it's rotting with mold. And if I can't flip it in a couple of months,
I know.
I
will,
It's bizarre. I can't really identify a leak, and I'm not finding water.
That's something at least.
You got moisture coming from somewhere. Somewhere upstairs.
From somewhere.
Have you actually looked everywhere?
Everywhere but one room. There's one room we don't have a key.
I don't see any droppings. Have you actually seen rats?
I keep hearing them scratching here. So of course it's quiet now.
This family is just... Man.
Don't say that.
What?
That you wish you'd had better role models. Better marriage to emulate. We were solid, babe.
We were.
Those last few days don't count. That wasn't us.
That wasn't us. I'm going to hold on to that line she just said. That wasn't us. I think I hear one of the boys scratching at my door. Sorry, can't let you in. I'm watching Hill House. I'm going to hold on to those lines because when she said that wasn't us, the confusion I felt when Olivia kissed Nell on the head that made her fall and she became bent neck lady, the confusion I was feeling there was just overruled by the sadness I was feeling. Because it's like, that can't be mom, right? Because we have seen how much this woman loved her children, love her family, would do anything for them, right? So her saying that wasn't us, I mean, yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. How are you holding up?
Oh, you know,
Damn. Luke.
How you doing? You know, I didn't get a chance last night to tell you how proud I am of you. 90 days. Thanks.
He doesn't want to make today about him. It's okay to just sit. Be with him. You don't have to talk.
I love that.
There's a lot of people here. That's good. A lot of people loved her.
Theo. Are we gonna get an explanation
Hey, boys.
of last night in the cabinet?
Beer and tomato juice
What?
for the hangover. Mix beer and tomato juice and power it down.
Does it work?
Not as well as a shot of smack.
So you're saying the best hangover remedy is heroin?
By a mile.
Knowledge. Oh.
Kidding me? What are you doing here? I saw in the obit and I wanted to be here.
You thought you'd what, exactly?
Come on, Theo.
You didn't tell me that your sister died. I just wanted to support you. And if I'd known...
If I wanted you to know that, I would have told you that.
Come on, Leo.
Look, it's okay.
Theo.
I'm sorry. My day.
Bro. I'm a friend.
I'm guessing you heard what happened at the wedding. Nellie, she was laughing so hard when she told me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we knew.
They knew?
Your mom, yeah, she guessed it. Theo was about 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mom kind of knows things.
My sweet boy.
Or is that aunt?
There she is.
What happened to you?
I fell.
You knew she'd be here.
I guess they're not friends.
It's just so hard. You?
Janet.
Sisters?
I'm sorry we're here. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
None of us should be here.
I know what you mean.
Well,
I was just gonna say I don't like how things like this bring everybody together finally, right?
We're gonna make a tent over this whole area, and then we'll bring the fans in.
The scratching.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
There's no rats down here. What a pro, huh? I'm gonna add some strychnine to the shopping list.
Strychnine?
It's rat poison.
Green men hard at work. I have a present for you.
Plans.
Master blueprints?
Master blueprints.
Was that right? See, Steve, your dad thinks that all this water is coming from that red room upstairs.
The red room.
Ventilator.
What?
Professional.
What is he seeing? Dad, talk to us. Say something, please. Wow.
Away by James Whitcomb Riley. I cannot say, and I will not say, that she is dead. She is just away.
Cheryl.
With a cheery smile and a wave of the hand, she has wandered into an unknown land. And you, oh you, who the wildest yearn for the old-time step and the glad return.
Sorry to interrupt that poem, but it's so funny how it was shot. Like she was looking at her lady friend and then past it looking at her sister's husband. So what the happened in that closet? Was she just drunk and like got onto him, or the other way around? Like, we need some damn explanation.
She's not dead. She's just away.
Good job, Shira. Good job.
If anyone wants to say a few words.
Let's go, Luke. I love that mom is there too.
I was born 90 seconds before no. I'd use that too. You know, if we had a fight or if I wanted something, I'd say I was the oldest, so she had to do what I said, and she let me get away with it. I mean, even though she knew it was
right.
The last time I saw her, she was driving me to rehab. So she dropped me off. She looked at me and she said, "You go in there and you bring my brother back." I was born 90 seconds before no, but she was always my big sister.
I love that he always have the most beautiful things to say about her. Every single time he has something to say about her, always the most beautiful thing you hear. Now I want to watch the whole twin thing episode again. She was my big sister.
If you could take another look for a key to that red room upstairs, I could really use it. I've ruled out just about everything else as a water source. I don't know what could be in there losing this much water, but I gotta look.
The missus do these?
Yeah, I'm sure it's... No, I'm not. I gotta ask her.
What?
Probably ain't my place, but maybe she could use a little time away from the house.
Time away from the house?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I think you might be right. It's probably not your place.
Boundaries.
You know, my mother worked in this house. She was kitchen staff. I was actually born here.
Start talking, man.
When I was young, they moved us out to the cottage at the edge of the property. That's where I grew up. We ended up buying it from Miss Hill, and we're still there. But my mom, she never liked Hill House. And she'd be scattered, you might say.
Scattered?
Scattered.
Elaborate.
Talk to herself and the like. Towards the end, she'd wander into the woods at night barefoot. And I swear I could hear her out there, giggling like a schoolgirl in love. Talking low, like to a suitor.
Isn't that how Dad talks to his wife now? Not the whole... Yeah. Like talking to himself? So was Mr. Donnelly's mom talking to her dead husband or something? See, that's what I want. I want people to talk. Like, say something. Because, like, me not knowing what's going on is freaking... Like, why did all these children suffer? Like, what was it for?
And she'd sleep out there sometimes, too. So, yeah. Scattered. So Mom died, and I met Clara when she got hired on working for Miss Hill. We even got married on the grounds. Clara, she spent a lot of time in here, especially when Hazel got sick. I mean, double shifts. Clara got pregnant. Our first, a real blessing. Miss Hill made her keep on working, even with the baby coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Clara didn't complain, because she's a strong woman. And so she did it. She didn't take any time.
She lost the baby, didn't she?
So the day comes, the doc comes, and my little girl's stillborn.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was a dark time, my first one, and she never even got to
My God.
Anyway, we offered it up, put it in God's hands, and she went back to work fast. I mean, she's never been one to dwell, but grace of God, she was back to it not a month later.
Not good.
Nightmares she had. And Claire is a brave woman.
Right.
And these nightmares, they had her down in a corner, shaking so bad I thought she'd seize up dead.
God, I'm sorry.
So one night, she's cleaning the master bedroom up there. This is before Hazel passed. She's cleaning Hazel's room.
Mm-hmm.
She hears a baby crying. And I mean, I thought she was losing her damn mind, but it rattled her so good. She ran home through the woods, no light, scratched her face to ribbons on the branches.
Damn.
So I came back here with her one night, and I'll be damned, but I heard it too, and I knew it. I don't know how, but sure as St. Thomas, my doubts, they just dropped away.
That was your baby.
And I knew that was my first little girl's cry.
Jesus.
That first cry, the one she never got to.
I got chills.
We stopped coming here after dark. Told Miss Hill, you can fire us, but once dinner's served, we leave. It worked. No more nightmares.
Wow.
No one acting scattered. We're stuck to it, and it's better. Yeah, it's not my place. But if you find your missus is acting scattered,
damn,
a little time away would do the trick. From the house, I mean. And a little prayer, too, most likely.
Well, prayer's not really our thing, but...
My hands wanted to stop to use my mouse to pause a little bit, but like this man was just taking me on such a journey with his acting, his expressions, the story he was telling. I love this. Give us some information. Wow. I remember one of you writing in the comments that this house is very unforgiving. Maybe I'm paraphrasing, but it was something on those lines like this house is cruel, like this house is unforgiving, like Danya don't discriminate the way I'm feeling it now. That was probably like a 3 to 4 minutes, like straight, just him talking. And the slow zoom as well. My goodness. Yeah, I love how the scene opened up. Him starting up respectfully, like it may not be my place, but da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, hopefully there's a point here. But him explaining what the story did to his mother, his wife, his daughter, all women too. The mother, Olivia, Nellie. What's going on, man? Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Such a great actor. This performance was chef kiss.
I take your point.
Each their own, I suppose.
What is in that map that she drew? Blueprint. Why did it make them so wary? Can we see it, please? Show us, please.
Get in.
Can we talk about it, Cheryl?
Ride with us. I'll meet you there.
Cheryl.
I get it though from her point of view.
Coming with us?
I'll meet you there.
Plenty of space.
I gotta do a few things. I'll meet you there.
Even today?
Not everything's about you, Steve.
And I get that today's a lot for her. You gonna ride with Dad?
Need a ride?
Hey.
Beautiful service. Who knew Luke had it in him?
I love that the wife is always there. I love that Olivia is always there telling him, don't say anything. You can just relax. Don't put anybody on the spot. Just be present. You say, who knew he had it in him? Don't use anyone as a conversation starter. Just exist.
You know, I was talking to Theo this morning.
Uh-oh.
After listening to what you said today about Nellie and what your brother said.
Don't.
Your problems, we all do, but if there's one thing we can take away from today, in the end, all you guys have is each other.
Did Theo tell you what she did?
No.
Don't, my brother.
But you know, we all up and we can be upset with each other. But one day, we'll wake up and it'll be too late.
Stay the out of my business.
There it is. Stuck your hand.
Right in the fan.
She warned you.
Fan. You see, Steve? I didn't let the mold guy do the whole job, so he gave me some busted fans. Steve, can you unplug it over there?
Don't lose a finger. The heck you looking at?
Jesus Christ!
Dad?
I told you to unplug the...
I didn't. I unplugged it.
It was an accident.
Jeez.
Why don't you go upstairs and play? I think I got this covered now.
I want to help.
It's okay.
Ah.
All right, you.
The red room. I'm like, why didn't we do this? Good try, good try, good try. Get back up. You got it. How about your boot? Those were some deep cuts, dog. Still got the scars.
My little girl. She did raise her.
Still.
Come on, Pops. He sees her.
Don't.
Jesus.
Did you see her?
No.
What? Was that Nelly inside? Or just the one on top? Because the ghost on top, yeah, that's bent neck lady. But the one that was inside, saying stay, that did not look like Nell. Bent neck lady. It says Olivia, so that's mom. The subtitle says Olivia, so that's mom inside. What the? Don't stay. What are these messages, man? Stay.
It was mom. It was mom and Nellie. Hey, stop it. I saw them.
No, you didn't. Look at me. You didn't because they're dead.
Steve.
People see things, Luke. I know all about it. I write about it. Hell, I've seen things this week, but it's not real. It's not. And Nell didn't get together. You're gonna end up just like them.
Come on, Steve. Come on, bro.
Because it's in our genes. It's a sickness. Get it together. And stop talking like a crazy person. You're almost through it. Are you okay?
Y'all better talk about something. It's just so much going on at once. And it's written so well. You gonna see something?
What?
She was on top of him, but that didn't look like in the fun way. What the was going on there? This show got me tweaking, I swear. So seeing mom as a corpse is just like in my mind now, and her begging her son to stay with her. So this is the first time we've ever seen mom depicted like that, except in Theo's vision. Stay. And I assume Nelly was telling him don't. As in, she wants him to live, like, don't. But mom is saying, stay with me. What in the world?
Live.
Was she sleepwalking?
I was having a horrible dream.
You think?
I don't even know.
What's going on with you?
Right.
I don't know what we have to do, but we have to do something. You're...
What? I'm what?
I don't... What is this?
It's a master blueprint you drew.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I didn't know what this was. It looked familiar. You used the same shape dozens of times, over and over. It's a footprint to our house, to our forever house. You drew it again and again.
I didn't.
You did.
I did.
Oh my God. What is happening?
Maybe you should take a break. Take a little rest.
I guess I could see if Janet's up for a visit. Just for a couple days or something.
That could be good.
You'd have to juggle the kids and the house and...
I'll manage. I just want you to be...
Not crazy.
I didn't say that.
I mean, it's fair, like...
I just think I've underestimated these migraines, you know?
Right. And the color stuff?
I'm not sleeping through the night at all. These constant dreams.
I know.
Wasn't the Dunley's mom having dreams? And his wife too when she was pregnant? It gotta be the same thing, right?
It just snuck up on me all of a sudden.
Damn.
I'll sort it out. Promise.
She's going through it, man. Aww. Theo is talking.
You did good. Finish your drink. Say your goodbyes. Probably won't have to see them again for years if you don't want to.
He wants to, I think.
But you do want to, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Please talk to Luke.
I overheard you and Steve talking earlier at the grave.
Talk about it.
It was embarrassing.
No, I see your mother every day.
Thank you.
I do. I have since she died.
Well, that's pretty nuts.
Nope.
I mean, it's a coping mechanism. You know, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, my therapist says that it's a perfectly normal.
I'm happy for you, Dad.
But it doesn't mean it's always the case.
Big boys know the difference between what's real and imaginary. Isn't that right, Dad?
He told that to him.
Listen.
Talk, Dad, please.
Just so proud of you. And you're doing so well. Okay, just keep it up.
I don't think that's what he wanted to hear.
I'm glad you're here, Dad.
And I get that it's hard for him too. The father, I mean. It has to be someone in that wall. That's breathing too. That last time, it almost sounded like breathing. What'd you see, Dad? Bodies.
Good Lord.
That's all the scratching. Has a walking stick.
William Hill, been missing since 48. Case went cold with the department. Widow had PIs looking for him for years after. I'll be damned if he was here all along. It looks like he bricked himself in. The tools were in there with him. And man, the scratches, I guess he had second thoughts.
Yeah, he was trying to scratch his way out.
Now, what would make someone freaking brick themselves into a wall? Like, what are you hiding from? Or was it like the mom that didn't know what she was doing? Kind of like how she didn't know she was putting a screwdriver at her husband's throat.
You know, I gotta ask. You know, folks around town talk. They've always talked about this place. Is it?
What?
Haunted?
Haunted?
Oh, you know. Yeah, at least a few of my kids sure think so.
It's real nice meeting you.
You guys will meet again. And it's crazy to me because, like, the non-confrontational, like, no drama-loving Franklin in my head is always thinking, why y'all still in this house? Like, every second, every scene that I'm watching this movie, I'm just suppressing that question in my head. Why the are y'all still here? But we all know why they're here. They've put so much into the house, trying to flip it. If they can't do it, they don't have nothing because they've invested so much into it. It all makes sense. But in my head, I'm like, dog, you dug up a body from the wall. Why y'all here? Ugh. Throw it down with the booze.
That was a day.
It was.
So I'm flying out early in the morning, so I probably won't see you.
You're all set with your flight?
All set, yeah. I'll be around at the hotel later if you want to get a drink or.
Well, I'm an early flight too.
Yeah. Steve.
What?
I'm sorry I didn't talk. And I'm sorry I didn't listen.
Mm.
And I'm sorry I wasn't there. And it's the regret of my life. I'm so, so sorry that I couldn't fix it.
What?
She knows him so well.
You fly safe.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. And something that I'm trying to empathize with is the fact that I've had hard conversations with my family about trauma and healing stuff. By far, some of the most hardest conversations I've ever had in my life. Building up the energy or building up the fortitude for months before the conversation was had. But on the other hand, on the other side, feeling so good that the conversation was had. So I understand why it's hard for them to connect, be vulnerable, especially Dad. He's been away from them for most of their adult lives, most of their adult teenage life. He's been away from them. And everything Olivia just said would heal Steve so much, would be so healing to him. I'm sorry I didn't say much. I'm sorry I couldn't fix it, and it's the biggest regret of my life. I mean, it wouldn't make Steve kiss you or anything, but at least him hearing that, he's going to sleep on that, and it would take away a lot of resentment, I'm sure. But hard-ass conversations, man. Regardless of you knowing or feeling how important they would be.
You okay?
Yeah, I can't yet find my credit card, and the caterer's got to be paid.
Did you tow my car?
Reception's over, Theodora. As far as you're concerned, we're closed.
My car is gone.
What do you mean?
I mean, my car is.
Luke.
It was outside my house like it always is, and now it's gone.
You probably parked it somewhere else.
I know where I parked my car.
My wallet's not in here. It was in here.
You saw him.
Where the hell is it? Did Kevin take my goddamn wallet?
You saw him, but you didn't want to believe it.
Shirley,
I'm sure it's around.
There gotta be an explanation.
You knew it looked wrong. He looked wrong.
Has anybody seen Luke?
Oh no.
Your silence doesn't protect them.
Talk. Exactly. Talk. Oh, God. I'm so frustrated at everything, dog. Talk, Dad. Please, man. Say something. I know it's hard, but, like, say something. And obviously, I know there gotta be a reasonable explanation for Luke taking that. Is Luke going to the house? Is it why he took the car? Your silence doesn't protect them.
he was right there. He was looking at your, and then he wanted to have a smoke. He went outside about an hour ago.
Well, did he come back?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Hell! Can't even last one day?
An hour. Probably already has a needle in his arm.
We don't know that.
I'll check outside.
What are you looking at, Theo?
What's that?
Hello? Are those sand footprints? Like dust? Mud? Are they gonna see Mom or Nellie?
Oh, God. Oh, no, she's gonna kill someone.
It's okay. I can.
Oh. That gotta be Mom.
Stop making stuff. That's screaming. Who did this?
It was like this when we, and I can fix it.
Talk.
I can fix it. I can fix it.
Jeez, okay, at this point, the ghosts are not even being sneaky no more. Like, she came right in front of them, not like individual. Like, Mom came right in front of Theo and her husband. Were they buried next to each other? I don't know if the episode showed that or not. Was like Mom, was Nell buried right next to Mom? To Olivia?
I'm giving you every opportunity, and I don't know why you won't help me, Hugh.
I am helping you.
You keep saying that you didn't hurt her, but you get real upset if I say she killed herself.
I'm very tired.
And twice now, you say that the house killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Either in denial of your wife committing or you're in denial of something worse.
I didn't touch her.
And I don't know why you won't give me these 3 hours. These 3 hours would help you so much right now, and you won't do it. I don't understand that.
I told you.
The 3 hours you waited after you discovered her body, before you called us, what happened in those 3 hours?
I was in shock. I was mourning.
You didn't call us for 3 hours because you were grieving.
That's right.
He said what he said.
You say your wife went out of town.
I thought she did.
Mm-hmm. To be with her sister. But we talked to Janet, and she never...
I know.
Anything you want to add to that?
Not really. I thought she went out of town, but she hadn't, that's all. I must have misunderstood.
Your daughter Shirley says she woke you up because she was surprised to see Mom in the kitchen.
That's right.
And she says that you ran up the stairs to the red room. So what did you see?
That's what happened that night.
Nothing. That door's been locked since we moved in. It was nothing.
Is he lying? Was it open? What did you find inside? Jesus Christ. Dog. I think this episode has been the most mysterious. Let me know if you feel the same way. Those of you watching this with me for the first time. I think this episode has been the most mysterious. I think every episode so far was just elaborating all of the kids' point of view and helping us know some of the mysteries. But the last 2 episodes, with us getting the reveal of Bent Neck Lady and this one, they turned it up a notch. Couple of notches, actually. What could have made that man bury himself inside the wall? And it's so unfortunate to see Olivia slowly, like, I don't want to use the term deteriorate, but I don't know, for lack of a better term, like her slowly losing her mind, which goes into what like Dudley said about what happened to his mother, his wife, his daughter, like how being in the house will make them lose their mind and the nightmares, you know. So God, that performance from Mr. Dudley, Jesus, chef's kiss, the slow zoom in, perfection. Literally perfection. Dude, at the freaking graveyard, seeing Olivia's corpse and Nell telling him don't, what Olivia has been telling her husband the whole episode, don't get too close. And seeing Olivia actually begging, like, please don't leave me, like, stay, stay, stay. So many people hurt. This whole family. And I mean, kind of like last episode, I don't think Luke just stole the car or just stole her wallet just to go get high. No, especially not after what just happened, like to his sister at the graveyard, what he saw, and just the whole, I mean, his whole speech of him saying she took me to the clinic and told me bring my brother back or get my brother back. It's like, I don't see him just stealing their stuff. I think he's going to the house, and that makes me like 10 times more worried, because we know what happens when people go back to that house. But yeah, we'll see in episode 8 for sure. All right, let's start episode 8. I need some answers, Hill House. Please. I am desperate. We're gonna finally see what's in the red door, the red room. I hope Luke is not going there, but that's what it seems like. All right, let's skip this intro, man. Let's get into it.
I've been trying for 2 years and 4 months.
Wow.
I have the app monitoring ovulation. We've been planning and pacing intercourse. Very romantic.
So we're looking at IUI or IVF.
IUI?
Didn't you read the thing? I told you to read the thing.
Intrauterine insemination. The sperm are injected directly into the uterus. And yes, it's outpatient.
Let's start there. You're 39, Stephen?
Mm-hmm. We'll test your sperm for count and motility percentage. Your cycle's unpredictable.
Is that a problem? Possibly.
The hell?
Will insurance help with that?
Most companies won't.
Who was that?
Schedule your tests.
Which tests?
Doc, I just want to say before we continue, I like how much this show gives us. It gives us so much detail. Like, it gives us so many layers. It's like, yes, we knew they were separated. They're no longer together. But then you wonder why. And obviously there might be other reasons, but it's like fertility issues as well. But not just that, even in this short scene, even before he got distracted, he seems not so into it. And the wife clearly seems like she wants this more than she wants to breathe air. Like her telling her, did you not read what I sent and whatnot? And who knows, there might be many reasons why he is not too jazzed about having kids, you know? So like that's already showing some cracks in their marriage or their communication. And I just appreciate how much this show gives us, like so much. And now when she says, are you ready for the test? He said, which test? I'm like, are you even listening? I bet she's furious with him right now.
When did you last ejaculate?
A week, maybe less.
No, it's 2 weeks.
We'll need to reschedule it for another time.
Damn.
5 days after.
Homework, honey.
Is that Cheryl? No, that's Mom.
We gotta talk.
That one? Steve?
I'm seeing things.
Steve.
Steve.
He was seeing Mom too.
Fix this.
No, I don't want to cancel it. I just wanted a usage alert. So you'll text me next time it's used?
Her credit card.
He hasn't used the credit card yet. They're going to send me an alert when he does. We can get a location from that. I hope he just tries an ATM and doesn't trade the card for dope.
Does he have your PIN? Why would he try an ATM?
I'm sorry, Steve. Do you have a better suggestion? He took the card to use the card, and now we'll know if he does. He didn't have to break the house.
He didn't do it.
I don't think he did.
Me neither.
Someone ask you what you think, Theodora?
Sorry.
Who was it?
Maybe one of your kids.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably my kids. Or maybe it was the guy who just stole a car to put a needle in his arm.
I'm worried about a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that can cluster in families, especially twins. If they lose a twin, the odds go up. He may not be planning to come home.
Jesus.
Where would he go?
He could be anywhere.
To the house.
Methadone Mile. Basically an open-air drug market. I'll go look for him.
It's a waste of gas.
He could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
We're really not going to tell them what we saw.
Tell them. What the? And this is why I get frustrated. I get that there must be a reason, but in the moment, I'm like, God damn, like, literally the ghost of your mom told you, the ghost of your wife told you, your silence don't protect them. I'm okay.
We going or what? Yeah, I just want to help.
I just want to help.
I know you do, but I'm gonna start using some really strong chemicals down here, and it just isn't safe. I could use your help with something.
Oh?
Yeah?
Yeah, your mom's gonna go to your Aunt Janet's in a few days. Stay a bit, maybe a week.
How come?
Well, you know, she's been cooped up in this house all summer. And anyway, I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I could really use your help watching your brother and your sisters while she's away.
Yeah, I got you.
It's nice seeing so many people in this house and seeing the house during the day as well. I love this piano tone.
Mom?
What do you mean, sweetheart? Of course you're safe with me.
Mom! Are you okay?
She is not.
Where are the twins?
Downstairs. Are you sure?
I'm fine, sweetie. I'm fine.
What is that, Atari?
Okay, thanks. He's not a holy family. What's going on with you and Lee?
What do you mean?
How's your marriage?
You're kidding, right?
You're not living at home, and I couldn't help but notice at the funeral that...
You aren't seriously doing this.
Yeah, I am.
Jesus
okay, I wasn't
Christ,
gonna,
Dad, you're out of line.
We might be in the car for a while, and so I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to ask my son about his life. What's wrong with that?
Doesn't work that way, Dad.
Your mom and I were married 15 years. Together 5 before that.
20.
I think she was a creature of the clouds, and I was a creature of the earth.
I love that.
Together. You know, we separated. You didn't know that, probably.
They did?
Briefly, we separated. You were 1 year old. Stupidest thing I ever did. I don't even know how we got there. Just know we fought. I don't know what we fought about, but, you know, I finally came to my senses, and so, you know, I came back and knocked on the door. She answered it. She put her arms around me. She kissed me. She forgave me with her eyes, and we were back at it.
Back at it again.
And Shirley came along, and from that moment on, we were on the same team. Yeah, I mean, we still fought sometimes. It was different. We fought with love. She taught me that. You're on the same team, even in the middle of the fight.
I was just about to say the same team. I love that. Fight with love. That is, I think that's one of the best things me and my wife agreed on. Anytime we fight, quarrel, argue about anything, on the same team. It's not trying to win an argument, because that is stupid as how you gonna win an argument when your other half is feeling miserable and you beat your chest that I won, right? So like, be on the same team. It's like, yes, we're mad at each other right now for like probably valid reasons, give or take, but know that I'm not trying to slit your throat, like metaphorically, and vice versa. So I love that he said that she taught him that. Fight with love. And I know for a fact Steve is like loving this conversation right now, even though he's acting like he's not. Because like, anytime you're just hearing stories from the past that involve you or like your family members that you have no idea of, there's just this thing that you just want to listen, you know, because it's a part of your memory that you're closed off from. So I love that he's like peeping what his dad is saying.
During the fight, you're forgiven. There's no fear, there's no danger, you're safe. I hope really you get to experience that sometime. It's a beautiful way to be. You know, look, we weren't perfect, but we were always kind. We loved each other hard. I love her today just as much as I did in the beginning.
Wow.
The kite in the line.
I love that, cat in the line.
So whatever you need to fix between you and Lee, I really hope you do.
Good job, Pops.
That's all I really wanted to say.
Good job, Pops.
Candy, 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 candy!
Sure you won't come with us?
You guys have fun.
Come on, Mom, candy!
We'll bring her back, son. Mom's had a very hard day. Would you stop that? I'm still disappointed you're not going as Captain Lame.
Daredevil.
Can we talk when I get back?
How? You'll be back at the hotel.
Jesus.
Okay.
Not even on the couch. Hotel.
Turn off the porch light. I can't handle trick-or-treaters tonight.
I love you.
You guys have fun.
Damn. She don't want to hear it. Very fair. She said I can't handle trick-or-treaters tonight. This woman really gonna kick a kid. Get off my porch energy. Is she gonna see mom?
What the hell?
Right. There was sand there.
Sorry, no candy here.
I don't think that's the kiddos.
Goddamn lights off.
If I seem a little bit jumpy, it's because it's 5 p.m. It's 5:30 p.m. And where I'm at in the world right now, the sun goes down at like 4 p.m. this time of year, so.
I've seen a junkie in a funeral suit.
Listen, he's 90 days clean, and he's your brother. He's a good man, Steve.
Oh, they're not mutually exclusive. He's my brother, but he's a junkie.
Steve.
We're not going to find him like this.
You didn't have to come.
Yeah, I did.
No, you really did.
Yeah, I did, Steve. He's my son, you know? What am I don't know what I'd do if I lost him. Any of you. Yeah, I can't lose anyone else.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2 already, 2 down.
When you have children, you'll understand that.
I'm never having children.
That's a shame. These kids are the best thing in my life.
You mean Aunt Janet's life? She's the one who raised your kids, didn't she?
You don't know. You don't know what it was.
You never
like.
told me.
Everything I did, I
did to protect us. I know. Yeah, just like you protected Mom.
Here we go.
I saw the police reports.
Talk about it.
Her skull cracked like a melon when she hit the desk. There was blood all over the library carpet. There were bruises on her upper arms because someone grabbed her pretty hard.
Okay, Steve.
And a contusion on the back of her head from being shoved into a wall. Ankle was twisted. She was limping. She was bruised to hell, depressed out of her mind, unmedicated, untreated, and abandoned.
It wasn't like that. I did my best. You have no idea.
You threw us in a car, you left her there alone, and she threw herself off the goddamn staircase, and that was your best?
Yeah, all right. Well, she should not have been left alone in the house.
Fuck the house.
Absolutely
it wasn't that.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Sick in her mind, and the one person that was supposed to take care of her didn't do a goddamn thing to get her help. I miss her. I miss my mom.
I miss her too.
Something that this scene just made me... I think he's the first kid we've heard from all 5 of them that said, I miss my mom. And something it made me think of was when some of my family members passed, both times it happened, I was 12 and maybe 14 or 15. No. I can't remember. I was finishing high school at that point. But especially when I was 12, like I was so little that so many things around it I did not remember at all. And because I was a kid, right? But recently, and it's been on my mind for years to like ask my older brother. My older brother is 2 years older than me. Like ask my older brother, like, what was things like? Because like even when my dad passed, I vividly remember the room we were in when my mom told me. I remembered where everyone was sitting. I remember where the furniture was. But for some reason, my brother that was in the room wiped out of my memory. Like I cannot picture him, regardless of how vividly I remember that room. So for years, I've been thinking about asking my brother like what he remembers to help me like fill in the blanks. And I think I called him maybe 2 months ago and we had a talk, dog. And he told me what he was feeling, what was happening. And it was just like, you know how a DNA thread, a string of DNA or a strand of DNA is not complete. But as my brother was telling me some of his own experiences, it was like it was completing that DNA string and painting the picture better for me. Because I was little, like my memory was not as sharp as he is. And the reason why I brought that up while I was thinking about that is like Steve being the oldest and saying I miss mom. It just hit me that he probably knew mom. Obviously, he knew her the longest. you know, because he's the firstborn. And him saying he missed mom, I felt the certain pain in that statement. He knew her for long. So like, because me asking my brother some of those things, his memory covered a lot more because he was older, probably brain was sharper than mine at that point, you know. So like that just took my mind there when he said, I miss my mom. Again, I'm sure the whole family missed their mom, but like he's known her longer. Obviously, longer don't obviously mean better, but more time to recognize her, I guess.
I miss her too.
As they go into the light, come on now.
It's certainly beautiful. Where did you find it?
Upstairs. You know, I think a little paint, maybe fix those drawers, and she might really love it.
I'm sure she will.
So, do you know where the paint and stuff is?
Why don't you ask your father?
I did. He's busy. He said if it wasn't tagged for sale, I could do whatever I wanted. And it's not tagged for sale.
Miss Donnelly. Oh.
I thought so. This must have been Poppy's.
Puppies.
Poppy Hill. She was William's wife. She was insane.
Yeah, she looks kind of wild.
No, I mean clinically. So was he. William's parents sent him to an institution when he was a kid. They called it private school, but it wasn't a school, though. It was just a place where rich parents hid their embarrassments. They met in the mental institution. They fell in love in an asylum.
Wow.
She was insane.
Did you know her?
Oh, yes. She was just as crazy, just older. She was a beautiful young woman in her time, though. No doubt about that. If you really want this to be a surprise for your mom, I'd suggest you don't work on it in your room.
So did this play a part in what happened to the mom? Because he gifted this to the mom. Is that mold? Who the f is ringing, dog? She about to shoot.
Just take the candy and go.
She is losing her mind right here.
You're very clever. How about you try another house? I'm not in the mood.
I'd be pissed too. Who is this man she keeps seeing, dog? Did she have something with him or something?
What the do you want?
I was just coming to apologize.
She wasn't the one.
Who are you yelling at?
Some kids or forget it.
Wait.
Not now.
I can explain.
I doubt that. Shouldn't you be packing?
I know what it looked like last night.
You're making out with my husband.
No. There was no actual... Okay, so for what I can remember, which isn't a lot, actually, he pushed me away.
Is that supposed to make this better?
It wasn't even him. I didn't see him. It wasn't about him.
It's about you getting out of my guest house and off my property.
If you would just let me talk.
What happened?
I don't care what you have to say. Do you understand? Get out!
You are impossible. Do you know that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I offended you?
You are always throwing it in my face that I live in your guest house.
Won't happen again.
I choose to live there, Shirley. With you. For you.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
You ice people out. You always have.
I ice people out? Have you met yourself?
So I chose to live there to help try and keep you warm.
You suck at apologies.
I don't have to live in your guest house. I'm not some bohemian weirdo. I'm an adult. I am a doctor.
You're a slut.
I just need you to know.
Hello?
It wasn't Kevin's fault, and he didn't do anything.
Dare defend my husband.
All of us are just always helping you keep up this idea in your head that you're perfect Shirley, and we're just a bunch of ups f***ing up perfect Shirley's perfect life. No! You do not just get to shove me out of your life.
A boob punch, girl.
Did you just punch me in the boob?
She did.
Yeah. Yeah. You kiss my husband, that's what you get. You get punched in the boob. And you get evicted from my house.
Girl. Ain't no way. This something like this happened when they were kids, where they were both in bed together and they started screaming because there was everything banging around the walls and the parents came in. So this is part 2. Who is terrorizing y'all? Who's calling?
Cheryl? What's up?
Sorry,
Huh?
they got a hit. They used the card at a gas station, 202, just east of Amherst.
Can you text me the address?
Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. If he's stopping in Amherst, he's heading
to the house.
You hear me?
Tell them what happened. Tell them what just happened.
I'll text you.
Some kids playing a prank is what happened.
Are you guys allergic to communicating? I understand why, y'all. Everybody watching, trust me, I'm just going through it in my head. I'm aware. Like I said it last episode, I understand how communication can be so difficult for a fractured family. That throw trauma and everything in there. It's just like, oh, God. And I mean, they've all been brought up this way. I mean, with keeping secrets. So it's no, ay. Girl, you know that wasn't a prank. But then again, like, we are trying to find logical reasons for things going on. Because the thought of something not being logical or normal might make us go crazy. Or make us embrace all the wildness that we've always suspected. Kids?
You know it wasn't. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only thing like that that's happened here tonight.
Talk about it, yes.
I think Luke is going to the house.
Of course he is. The goddamn house. It was a good enough spot for Nell. It's a good enough spot for
Steve,
Luke.
shut up,
To do what
please.
she did his whole life.
You think you know, and you just don't understand. So
Last time I saw Mom, the look in her eye, I've seen that look in Nell over the years. And Luke, from the start, from when he'd sit there drawing crazy ghouls in his treehouse, and hell, I've seen that look in the mirror. Our family has a disease that's never been treated because it was easier to listen to your crazy stories about an evil house.
So you think you saw it in the mirror, and that's why you think you'll never have kids?
Oh, I know I'm never having children.
Because you think that they'll just have the same imaginary sickness.
They would. We all do. Happened after the house. It's not the house. There's something wrong with our goddamn brains. So yeah, I'm never having children. I made sure.
Wow, he snipped.
Vasectomy. Right out of college. And it was the right call, believe me, because if I ever doubted it, some of the I've been hallucinating this week.
You really did?
Yeah.
Now I feel so sorry for him. And as crazy enough as it sounds, when the show takes its time, it will give us all the answers that we're looking for. And it's like, I feel so sorry for him just hearing all this, like deciding not to have kids because of the fear of passing this along. That just took me back to, spoiler alert for Forrest Gump. Feel free to skip forward. But like when he met Forrest Jr. for the first time in Jenny's crib, and the first question he asked is he smart? And he darn near broke down in tears, right? Because of that fear of like whatever is wrong with him transferring to his kids. Come on. I feel so sorry for him. Like, and now obviously this explains the whole joint with his marriage and him not wanting and shit being like shaky. Oh my God. He did it. Oh man. She's been trying for years, and he knew what was up. He had a vasectomy. Come on, Steve. You didn't have to let her suffer like that. Damn, I feel so sorry for all of them. She's been trying for years. Yeah, the dad coming on this car drive was like one of the best decisions he ever made in the show. Because like all these conversations need to be had, regardless of how painful, how nasty. It's so essential.
Before you met Lee,
You
didn't tell her.
Come on, dog.
No. She wanted kids, I knew that. I kept thinking I'll tell her later, now's not the time. Engaged, and then we were married. And she was so upset it wasn't working. I couldn't say, my genes are rotten, Lee. I didn't tell her.
God.
You see, we're all crazy.
You want to know something I just thought of in my head right now? I think Loki, he understands his dad. Because what he just said right now about, I was going to tell her, but I didn't. And it just got worse and worse. And I'm sure in his brain, he's like, I'm just trying to protect her. That's why I'm not telling her. because that would wreck her. Like, that would ruin her, you know? Obviously, save face as well. He's trying to save face too. Like, isn't that essentially what the dad is doing? Not telling them because he was trying to protect them. And I think maybe Steve recognized that too. And part of why he hates his dad is because he's also like projecting a little bit what he did to his own wife. Keeping secrets, not communicating about that specific problem because you don't want to harm them by telling them the truth. So yeah, maybe so some of that aggression towards Pops might just be good old self-hate and projection.
This sickness already killed 2 of us, might kill a 3rd tonight. Almost half.
Wow.
Be almost half of us. You want to tell me more about the kite in the line? Just tell me what husband I was. Go ahead.
No.
I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry, son.
This is beautiful. You did this by yourself.
Thought it might cheer you up. I know you're taking a little vacation. I wanted to cheer you up.
He missed his mom.
How long are you gonna be gone?
Not long, honey. I just need a little time away. It's nothing more than that, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Mom?
Here we go.
What, did he say anything weird or do anything?
Filled up his Jeep.
Green Jeep.
That's right. And then he filled up some cans, like 5 cans.
Oh, he trying to burn that hole to the ground. Yes, burn that house, man. I'm not being rational at this point, honestly. Like, burn that house. Like, can it even burn? Like, because it has just been nothing but just pain. Yes, I'm not being rational. Like, point it out as much as y'all.
Was it him?
Yep.
What are you doing?
I'm driving.
No. This is my rental.
Peace.
Slow down.
He bought 5 cans of gasoline. He's not going there to kill himself. He's going to burn the house down.
Well, that's a relief.
He's in more danger now than he's ever been. And if he tries to burn it, it will defend itself.
Oh?
Hear a word I said.
Yeah, I did. Now you're going to listen to me. There's a lot you don't know.
Please tell us.
I thought I could keep you kids safe if you didn't know, but for 20 years I've been holding the door closed because I knew there were monsters on the other side. Do you understand me?
Not even a little.
Our family is like an unfinished meal to that house, and your brother is walking right back into...
Wow.
That house is the most dangerous place in the world for all of us, but especially for you.
For me?
Yeah,
Hello?
What? Why?
Because I read your book. And you are the last person that should ever step foot in that house because of what you wrote and how you wrote it. You think you know what you saw? You think you know what you wrote?
What? Hello?
I know you saw a ghost. Yeah, chapter 19. That little story about the vanity you painted for your mother.
That's a story about a schizophrenic woman having a manic episode in front of a mirror.
You don't understand what you wrote.
Oh, I saw Mom smash that glass for no reason.
Before that, go to the beginning. That little bit about the vanity and why you did it. You found the vanity in the game room. And you walked by the man repairing the clock, and then you saw your mother looking into the twins' room, staring at their empty beds.
And saying something.
The episode, she was not well.
No, not her. The man repairing the clock.
What about him?
What about him?
Do you know what witness marks are? They're scars. Little marks inside the clock. Scrapes, lines, divots.
Okay.
And with antique clocks, you almost never have a repair record, so you have to learn how to read the witness marks so you can understand what was done to the machine and how it was meant to function.
Before.
What are you trying to say?
I had that clock evaluated by a professional before we even moved into the house. I just wanted to know its history, know its value.
Okay.
The clock hadn't been touched since the 60s. No one touched that clock. There was no man there, and certainly not one in old overalls with a handlebar mustache. That man wasn't there.
He was a ghost.
You see the marks, but you don't know how to read them. I never built you kids a treehouse.
What? Luke was in there all the time? I used to go fetch him for dinner.
Flipping a house. We were gonna be there maybe 8 weeks. How would I time to build you kids a goddamn treehouse?
Maybe he was already there.
There was no treehouse. Your mother, she was not sick. She wasn't crazy. Neither was your sister. Neither is your brother. Neither are you.
Keep talking.
And I'm very sorry you have to be taking all this in right now, but you have to, because your brother's life depends on it. And that house is the most dangerous place in the world for all of us.
Especially you.
That's why I told your sisters to stay put.
You really think they will?
And you know what? Yes, I love that Steve is not even fighting back. Because with the vigorousness that Pops is saying all this with at this point, he's like, okay, this man clearly can be with the detail that is putting in. But like, I've been waiting 8 episodes for this last 2 minutes. So essentially what Dad is trying to say is like all these things you've been writing and how you've been writing them, it's not just like necessarily because you've been hearing the stories, even though you have been hearing the stories from your sisters, your brother, and your mom, but like you also experienced some of it as well. And again, he did live in the house, so like how he like eloquently writes the stories, maybe subconscious, he's putting some of his own juice into the stories to like make them more flavorful, but that's also just like from his own experience. That's what I'm getting, low-key at least. Man, this show, man, one of the best things I've ever watched. Because they give you so much. Because Dad could have easily just said, that man you passed by, he was a ghost. But no, they took the extra time to give us this practice about how antique clocks are cleaned and the witness marks. I've never heard of that before, but now I know that there are no records for antique clocks. You just have to follow the witness marks and like know what have been done before you got there. But like they took that extra step, extra mile to like give us this whole story about the clock and then delivered it like I never hired that man. He doesn't exist. Come on, dog. Come on.
You really think they will?
They won't. Yep, they're driving right behind y'all.
Do you think he's going there like Nell went there?
Like going to kill himself? I don't know. No.
And I know this conversation about to be gas too. Like they're giving us back to back. Thank you, Hill House. You know what? It's funny. I thought I would be so terrified watching this show, but it has just been overwhelming amount of sorrow, sadness, and frustration. A lot of frustration. Like scared is the least thing I feel watching this show. And thank you all who pushed me to watch this show. And thank you all who kind of warned me through private messages or even in comments that Frank, you don't have to watch something that might with your sleep or your nightmares just because you're trying to do something for your community. I appreciate all of you that told me not to check it out if I was worried. At the same time, I appreciate all of you who like gave me little details that kind of pushed me to check it out, kind of like challenge myself a little bit. But yeah, scared or fear is the least emotion I felt in this whole show. Just so good.
I'm not perfect, you know.
She knows.
I'm really not. So go ahead, tell me. Try again.
What happened?
Dad and I were in your office, and the Forever House was on the floor, and we heard a noise under the desk.
Not that.
She means your husband, yeah.
I was really drunk.
I swear to God.
And the lights went out while we were down there, and I mean, like I was in the dark that whole night, and I just needed,
some comfort.
I couldn't see him, if that makes any sense.
You know what? Never mind.
I'm trying to tell you.
Forget I asked.
You just don't know what I'm dealing with.
We've all been dealing, and we somehow managed not to try to each other's
Hey,
spouses.
that's not what this was about. It just isn't.
So you were drunk, and that's supposed to be okay?
I'm telling you.
I don't even know why I let you come with me.
Let her tell you.
I touched Nell's body the night before.
What is wrong with you?
Why don't you listen?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
Let her talk. Jesus. Nah, bruh. I'm okay. Thank you. Jesus. I'm good. Ooh. Watching that playback is about to be crazy. Talk. I know some of you are laughing right now because you just watched You just listen to me say you just listen to me say fear is the least thing I felt. Holy, was that mom or was that Nell? That ghost really said, "Y'all shut the fuck up." God, that was loud. I still stand on it though. Fear is the least thing I'm feeling. I mean, this one kinda, it was up there. Lord have mercy. I couldn't tell if that was Nell or mom. I still can't tell if that was Nell. Well, Nell is bent neck lady, so that has to be Olivia. God, that playback is gonna be crazy when I watch it. Holy. You still in the car? You're still in the car?
That was her! See that, Shirley? Do you believe that? You ought to know why I did it. I touched Nell because I had to know. You know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend that you don't. You know what happens when I touch people. A part of you knows. It always has. I had to know. And I touched her.
What did you see?
Felt nothing.
Wow.
Just nothing. And it spread everywhere in me, this nothing, until I couldn't feel anything anymore. I was just this dark, empty black hole. And I tried to fill it up. I tried to fill me back up, and I called Trish, and she came right away, and I felt nothing. And so I drank, and nothing worked. I couldn't feel anything. Shirley, after I touched her skin, I couldn't feel anything.
Wow.
And then we're in the basement and the lights go out and I can't see and I can't feel. And I'm just floating in this ocean of nothing. And I wonder if this is it, if this is what death is, just out there in the darkness, just darkness and numbness and alone.
My God.
She felt, and that's what Mom feels, and it's just numb and nothing and alone.
My God.
What if that's what it is for all of us when the time comes?
Nothing.
And then the lights came on, and there he was, and I didn't see him. I didn't see him. He was a light in the darkness. He was a life preserver in the ocean. I reached for him because I had to feel something. And he stopped me. He took my hands, and he said no, and then I saw him, and then you walked in. There. God, I'm so glad I did it, though.
She would do it again.
Oh, God, it worked. I started feeling things again, and I felt shame, and I felt grief, and I felt scared that I was gonna lose the only sister that I had left. And I had to do it because it felt better than nothing. That thorough shame was so much better than that horrible empty nothing. I can't, Shirley, please. I am so sorry.
Wow, Theo. Wow, Theo. Wow. How the f you gonna scare me to death and drop one of the best performances I've seen in the show so far? Wow. See, I knew there was gonna be a freaking reasonable explanation. I'm like, come on, they're at her funeral. They're not gonna go hook up in the freaking cupboard. She just needed to feel something. And back when she felt Nell and she screamed, in my head, I was thinking that, like, are they going to show us what she saw? But then I was like, usually in movies or cinema, TV shows, like, them not showing us, it's even, like, worse because of what our brain can conjure. Like, the monsters our brain can conjure are 10 times scarier than what we can actually see, right? But it was even worse. Nothing. And I think that's a lot of people's fear about, like, what happens when we go. Like, just nothingness. And she had to feel something. She did not see him. He was just a light. He was just a lifeline at that point. And she said it worked. I would do it again. I mean, this whole show is just reinforces the whole belief of, like, why we should be kind to people. Because you don't know what people are dealing with. Because, yes, take out all the supernatural from this show, they're all traumatized. They're all trying their best. Things are not always what they seem. Like, you don't know the kind of demons people are battling. Like, at least be indifferent to someone rather than be, like, hateful or aggressive. Even if you can't muster the energy to be kind, just be indifferent. Like, just leave them alone. Like, don't throw stones. You know, when you have the energy, show some love, show some kindness. But because everybody going through some, because I'm just thinking about even the way the way Steve described Theo. He described her as a balled up fist with hair, which is so funny. Yeah, like she's like a balled up fist, like ready to like punch the out of anyone who like comes close or disturbs her peace, right? Because she's always going through it, even in the at the wake. Like she was just drinking herself crazy because she wanted to feel something. What a performance. What a performance. And it makes sense why she was fighting her earlier. Like, you always close people off. I'm not gonna let you close me off. Like, I'm not leaving. Because all this was underneath. I'm an artist, right? I paint. I always think in my head, when it comes to other art forms, how do people write like this? Because yes, I paint, but like, if you give me a paintbrush, pencils, and you don't give me a reference, I'm not gonna paint anything, right? Like, I always need a picture reference to paint anything. There always needs to be a picture reference. Maybe because my style of painting is realism. So like, if I'm not seeing a real picture, and even in the artist genre, in the painting genre too, I see some artists who can paint or draw straight off the dome, and I'm just amazed. It looks like magic to me. But when you move to like other aspects of art, like music or writing, like sometimes I listen to some beats that some music engineers make, and I'm like, how the did you make this from scratch? And then I'm thinking about writers like this, and I'm like, let me guess, you started with a haunted house. Boom, haunted house, family. But how does the writing process get like this, with every character, making them quadruple dimensional? But not just that, having 7, 8 main characters and writing all their stories to perfectly merge and all have like payoffs, setups, and now writing a past version and a future and a present version and making all crescendo in the right episodes at the right moments. How? How, Sway? Some of you watching, you guys are writers, and anytime something about writing come up, I always ask, like, how do you come up with this? Like, where does the dog, how does someone write this? Every character is compelling. Oh, Luke, please, 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 Luke, please. Why did you have to do it in the middle of the night too, my guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, the dad said the house is gonna fight back. Don't end the episode here, man. Look at it, welcoming him. Oh, Luke. You could have burnt it from the outside. You didn't have to go in. Oh, fuck me. If anything happens to Luke, man, no need to go upstairs. Just stay down. Attaboy. Hello? Olivia. No, that's how they got Nell too. No. She possessed mom. They don't even need to answer it. Like, obviously, don't confirm or deny in the comments. She possessed mom. Is the girl from the little dressing mirror. She was the one in the picture. She obviously possessed mom. Cause I'm like, ain't no way like mom will be freaking have a hand in her daughter dying and now her son. It was the chick from the picture, the one from the mental asylum. Cinema, man. I have no words. I have no words. I have a headache. Actually. Wow. Haunting of Hill House, people. Haunting of Hill House. I'll catch you in episode 9 and 10, and that will be the finale sometime soon. Incredible. incredible. I just hope Luke is okay. Yeah, y'all take care.